I'm on, right? I think I am. I'm looking weird. Am I on? Am I on? I think I'm on. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Everybody says you look so much better. You look so rested. So apparently I was a walking zombie for the last year or so, I guess. I don't know, but like, you look so much better. Whatever. I'm here. It's towards the end of May. We're working it out. Good morning. Everybody's here. Okay, I'm all sitting here looking on Twitter. Hello, everybody. So today I'm just in a while. You guys can ask me anything. If I feel like answering, I'll answer. If I don't feel like answering, I'm not going to answer. I'm myself laugh. I'm drinking some coffee. It's overcast in Los Angeles. It's Friday before a holiday weekend, I guess. And it was not a happy holiday. It's a total fucked up holiday. Good morning, everybody. My Texas Rangers fan, Daisy Flowers, Tariq Alberts. Not a good holiday at all. It's kind of screwy. My ISA award is in, so I'm excited. I'm gonna get that this weekend. I'm very excited. It came in. I'm so happy. I'll be showing it off next week, obviously. Can't wait. I can't wait. What? 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 What mean? You can ask me whatever you want. Ask me any questions. Yes, Chloe was on there, my girl, Chloe Lanier. Oh, we keep in touch. We're friends. I like Chloe. I like Tasha. I don't watch 911, so, but I'm very happy for her. She's a very talented actress. I mean, so she can get work. I don't think she's really good. She was what are plans for holiday weekend? Well, nothing tomorrow, which feels good to me. Sunday, pick up my award in the morning. I'm going to a birthday graduation party that afternoon. Not even, it's like 6:00. And nothing on Monday. Hi, Susan. I plan on relaxing, chillaxing. Did they say that anymore? That's what I plan on doing. My hair is crazy right now because I haven't combed it, but now I'm getting hot under my hat. I got a hot flash. I'm like, can I do this? Is this the 80s? I'm back to the 80s. Come on, Eileen. It does feel very 80s me doing this. That is so funny. But now I feel a little better though. Whew. Getting hot in her. So yeah, so it's gonna be. Hopefully relaxing. I probably do some writing, watch some TV, catch up on stuff. I want to watch Stranger Things, which came out today. I have to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi because I have a show tonight at 8:00. But I wrote a script yesterday. I have another script I'm going to work on probably this weekend off and on. I plan on having a nice, relaxing weekend. Work in the garden. So I'm going out of town next week. I'm going to that big concert, so I'm going to save my strength until next week. I'm in a concert in 3 years. Like I said, Mel, I may not answer it. As I start laughing, I go, ask me anything, I'll answer, or I may not answer. Oh, so if there's some folks that been asking about the soap shows, that's a question that's been in here. I just did a thing on Twitter. We're on hiatus. We'll be back sometime either in June or early July. I need a break. Doing the soap shows, which is the biggest thing we ever do, it is a lot of work. I'm watching all 4 soaps anyway. but you can't just watch them when you're doing the show. You have to actually watch them and catch everything and remember everything and take notes. It's a lot of work. And I do 3 shows, almost 15 hours of television a week, in addition to everything else. So, and soaps don't get a break. We don't get a break. Days, every once in a while, get a break for some sports thing, but we don't get a break. So all of us hosts were like, we need a break. I want my weekends back. I've been enjoying my Sundays. I need that off. So I did promote for GH fans the other GH podcast that we love. So they're actually answering back right now. Like, check them out. See what they're talking about. They're not us. I know that. We're the OGs. So we're all coming back in September. I can't take that long, but who knows? I might take that long. Who knows? No, I miss it. No, I do miss it on some level too. I do miss it. I do miss doing the shows. I like doing the shows. And plus, I'm actually working. I know there was one I hate. You get the bell for that one, Texas Raider fan. Get the bell. They went on summer hiatus in 2020, and we're still waiting. I love doing shows. That's a good one, Texas Raider fan. That's a good one. But no, I'm going to come back. I like doing the shows. I've been doing them for 7 years. But no, I'll be back. No, I'm dropping some other stuff in my life, and I'm rearranging some things. And so it's gonna be good. It'll be good. But I still talk to all my co-hosts. We have threads. We all know what's going on in the shows. I'm caught up in all the shows, but it's just different watching them. It's very different watching them. Okay, there's some questions. We see the questions. I like This Is Us. I have the ending on my DVR. I have not watched it yet. I haven't heard anything either. I haven't heard anything so good. You see the slap he gave Diane on the Why Not? Yes. We love a good slap. Well, unless it's Will Smith. A good slap. I saw that. Yes. People are complaining about, why is Phyllis getting so upset about Diane? I'm like, Phyllis has a right to be upset about Diane. They have a long history. So of course she'd be going crazy. Anyway, that makes sense. Nicole Newman, do not mess with Nicole Newman. She can throw it down. Do not mess with her. She's like, I'm a homegirl. Don't mess with me, bitch. Ken Clark, KC. Hi, James. If you have any soap back, what would it be? Someone asked me that the other day. Shit. I mean, there's so many soaps I like. And when I say one, everybody's like, what about this one? What about this one? So I'm going to decline that answer because it always seems to get me in trouble. So I answer it. So even when I answer a different answer, people are like, what about this one? What about that one? What about this one? I miss all of them. We'll see, I'll come back. How did you decide to leave the corporate world? How did I decide? How did you decide? How did you decide to leave the corporate world? Well, so I'm not a corporate person. I thought I was. I thought I was completely a corporate person. And I was like, I'm a good detail-oriented person. I'm a team player. I'm smart. I think I'm smart. I know how to do stuff. I went to school. I have education. I have degrees, certificates, all that stuff. And I like all that stuff. But the corporate world to me is just demeaning in some cases and not inclusive for a Black man in America. And it is completely. I'm working with somebody else, and I feel like a lot of times I'm not affecting change in the world. So I had the last year of my job. It was horrible. It was a horrible year. I was unhappy every day. I was drinking every day, eating every day, working 80 hours a week. I had this pile of papers on my desk. It's like it never went down. Like it was a comedy. Like it never went down. And I was just like, this is not fulfilling at all. I was making good money too. Making good money living in San Francisco. I had a partner. Everything seemingly was okay, but it wasn't. I was not happy. I was in my late 30s. And I remember being overworked. They were doing things towards me that were just ridiculous. But the final straw was a staff meeting. And I tell the story all the time. It was a staff meeting, and with the whole staff, and I was sitting there, and I brought up that I needed some help. So this job is okay, but I need some help because I'm drowning, blah, blah. And I also mentioned sometimes the way you talk to me is not the nicest. And the lady said to me, and I shit you not, said to me, James, you're going to have to get over that and you're lucky to have a job in this economy. And that was 2008 when we went through recession and everything. And they said that. They said it all. Everybody got quiet. I took a breath and I said, no, I don't. And I left the call, walked out. And then 3 hours later, I came back to my job and I quit. I gave notice. I gave them 3 weeks. I gave them a month's notice. It was a big job. I gave them a month's notice. I'm going to give them a month. It was during Christmas time. I thought, well, I'll quit the first week. I'll quit in December. I'll leave in December. And they were like, no, leave in 2 weeks. Okay, bitch, I'll leave in 2 weeks. And that's what I did. And I was scared shitless. And I sat down. That's why I left. And I said, I will never work for corporate again. I'll work with corporate people in this, what I'm doing now, but I will never work for corporate again. And I also learned all the things I would not do to my staff that they did to me and my staff. And I was at 38 years old, kids. That was at 38, 39. I changed my whole life at 40. Okay, I'm gonna think there's questions. Okay. Hi, George. How are you? I gotta go so fast. I saw a question up here. This is my who's the hottest in daytime? You know my man is Donnell Turner. You know that, and my girl is Kristen Alfonso, but she's gone. But Donnell Turner, that's my man. I mean, that's just for always, forever, amen. I mean, that's just going to be who it always is. Lamont Archie is equally as hot of some sorts. He's a little younger, but he's hot. I'm just like, yeah. And Josh Swickard on General Hospital, he just, to me, is the most beautiful thing I've seen in years. He's just, I mean, it's just crazy how beautiful he is. So I would go with those three in terms of guys. Girls, you know, I love Tracy Bregman. To me, she is so beautiful. She is just like hotsy topsy. She's saying mature women can look like this. And she knows it. We've talked about it. And she liked our comments about how hot she is. She's hot. Okay. What is your short-term goal? What is a short-term goal? What is a long-term goal? Long-term goal is to produce a musical. I have written it. I want to produce it, have it on stage, and everything. Oh yeah, King Clark. I do know some Don Diamond. You know that. We've talked about it on the show too. You know I like him too. The story. But that's my long-term goal, is to produce a musical on organizing. I've written it already. I've written the music, I've written the book, and so I'm trying to still put it all together. It takes time to do these things. I'd love to have that on stage here in LA. And eventually on Broadway. I'd love for it to go on Broadway. That's my long-term goal. Short-term goal right now is I'm cutting out some of my organizing clients. I'm leaving the physical aspect. I'm moving on to more online and classes and teaching. A good question. George, you went through it too. There you go. Daily Flower, it's never too late. So you'll be 47, Anne. It's never. Even when I left that, I've still reinvented myself at 46, at 50, right now at 53. Like I'm always, oh no, it's never too late. Never too late. Never. There are a lot of folks who have better success later on in life. Oh, yeah, that's just how that is. So please do not. Oh, it's never too late. Thoughts on why not having Liz Henderson be the one to have dialogue during Taraya's wedding about same-sex finally being able to admit. Go back to your days as Maggie. Yeah. Oh, I had no thoughts. I like Liz Henderson. I've met her. Nice girl. Nice, it's a girl, she's a woman. Nice person. Great actress. I love her. I didn't have any thoughts. It was nice. It was totally nice. I didn't have any thoughts. But it was nice. That wedding was really beautiful. As you know, I'm sure you heard my comments. It was really beautiful. And folks, I interviewed Jordy Villasuso. Of course, you're going to be at that wedding because he was dead. But I have a bonus. Again, another one of those bonuses. I have a bonus 5 questions with Jordy. The main interview is out there. You can watch it today, Daytime Emmy specials. But the 5 questions is on my Patreon. Thank you guys. I think I'm up to 18 Patreons. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. If you want to see that video, he had some good questions. Same thing with James Reynolds is on my Patreon. Taraya is on my Patreon. We have some good stuff on there. So if you're a YNR fan, Days fan, so go over there. We have some good stuff. And I have more coming. On my Patreon. It's patreon.com/James Lott Jr. And again, thank you to the folks who did buy me a coffee.com at James Lott Jr. I've had some coffee recently. Not this one this morning, it's somebody else, but this is my own. But it's $5, buys me a coffee. It says, thank you, James. And that's been appreciative too. So buymeacoffee.com, James Lott Jr. Yeah, blah blah. No, but I love Elizabeth Henderson. I love her. She's so cute, perky, great actress. Love it. So you watched it. Yeah, Jordy and I have been friends for years. Jordy, yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Jordy and I have been friends for years, so we were comfortable. And we had a good time. We wanted to talk about the Latin part of this. We want to talk about him being in daytime. He's been in daytime for 20 years. I mean, like, it's just amazing run for a long time. And he's such a cheerleader for soap operas. You know, he doesn't look down on them. Him and his wife are amazing. They're great. They have their own podcast. So I'm gonna have them back on. Him and his wife, when she's feeling better, talk about their podcast they have. It's a very interesting podcast for couples. So I'll have them back on. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. What is my favorite curse word? Okay, James Lipton, what is your favorite curse word? You know, my favorite curse word. No, it's not too late. My favorite curse word. I just got on. My favorite curse word goes back and forth. It's either shit, because shit is very diverse. It's like, are you shitting me? You are a shit. I gotta take a shit. Time for this shit. You know, it kind of works. But I do like fuck. I like fuck you. I say fuck on the show all the time. Fuck you. I think it just, and what's fun. So funny is like, I was watching a thing on cursing and being Christian. That's the only thing. I'm Christian, also curse. I try not to curse as much as I used to. I'm much better than I used to be. But there's nothing in the Bible about curse. But those words are not in the Bible. No one's talking about. Nobody's talking about like you can love God and still curse. Don't take. All it says, don't take His name in vain. That's one thing. But other words like fuck, bitch. A bitch is a dog. I mean, we just we use it for that. Like there's words we appropriated that are cuss words and different languages too. That we made up and made them bad. But to me, I feel like Whoopi Goldberg. I feel like bad words are stupid, dummy, worthless. You don't matter. Those, to me, those are bad words to tell somebody. You can say fuck. You can say fuck you. That won't last as long as someone says to you, "You're not worth anything." That lasts a lot longer. As a person who grew up with an abusive father, in terms of language, I remember all things he said to me that were non-cuss words. I'm sure he cussed at me too, but I don't remember those. I remember all the words he used that weren't cuss words. So to me, I will fucking cuss if I want to on my goddamn shows, but I will never call people certain names. So bad words are racial slurs. Bad words are words to say towards different sexual orientations. To me, that's all. That's the stuff we should not be saying. Who cares if I say bitch or shit or damn? Who gives a fuck? That to me is like, that's the least of your problems. Okay, Jordy, your favorite Chris, right? You can ask me what you want. What interview would you seek out if you had only one to choose? Barbra Streisand. I would love to sit with Barbara, with Babs. I would love to sit with her. I'd love to sit with her if I had to. She's still alive. So if not her, it'd be Cher. If not Cher, it'd be Madonna. Those are the folks I like to sit down and talk to them about their full. I find them interesting because they're women in this business. I would love to, and they've been around for a while. I would love to know just what they've gone through behind the scenes. I've read some of their books that someone put out books and stuff, but I'd love to just talk to them about that, how they view it now. They're names that are still around. They're still putting out products that still sells, actually. Madonna sells #1 albums. They may not be the same #1 albums as they were 30 years ago, but they're still #1. And not many artists of that era are still doing that. Maybe Bruce Springsteen. But again, it's a guy, it's a dude. So I love to talk to them about their music. Plus, they also diversify. They did acting, music, all kind of stuff. And just, it was like being a woman, and you know, and yes, I would love that. Candace Mack, okay. Good afternoon. It's morning for me. James, my question is, who is your all-time favorite soap creator? And my follow-up, so the question has two questions. Candace is just like one at a time. And my follow-up question is, which past soap couple does not get enough credit, i.e. Eden and Cruz? I will say Eden and Cruz. I'll answer that question easily. I think Eden and Cruz do not get enough credit. A. Castillo, now I'm mixing names. A. Martinez, who I've met, and Marcy Walker did beautiful work in the 80s as they were the best interracial Latino white couple since Ricky and Lucy, I think, but in a dramatic sense. I think Santa Barbara doesn't get enough credit. Santa Barbara was an amazing, amazing show with amazing actors, amazing pedigree. I mean, it's just I can go on about Santa Barbara for days. And I haven't done a Santa Barbara after show because I don't have enough time to do all that, but I would. But I love Eden and Cruz. To me, they both won Emmys for those roles. I mean, like, phenomenal chemistry. It was classic soap. I don't think they get enough credit. I really don't think they get enough credit. All-time favorite soap creator, I don't have one. I don't have one. I wish I did. I don't. If you said soap writer, I would say James E. Riley or Douglas Marland or Hogan Schaefer. Obviously Agnes Nixon. These are the ones that I know of that wrote really well, that I like. If you could pull the plug, if you could plug into any soap on TV, what would be the character you'd want to play? Well, I made jokes. I told Casey Cassidy, I want to come on Bold and the Beautiful. All my friends are on there. Bold I think Bold needs a black gay character on there in the fashion house. They need one. They have none of that on there. I need one. I would love to be Bold doing that. So I'm gonna say that. General Hospital will be second because I love General Hospital. I would be second. I would like to be the Brooklyn Hospital. How do you feel about a fashion house on YNR? I think they need to focus on Bold and Beautiful. I think the Bell Soaps need to focus on Bold and Beautiful where that is. They need to go over there and give us some fashion stuff. I need a fashion show. I know COVID was part of the problem for a couple of years. They got to find out a way to do this. Can you space out the models or something? They got to do something. I know you're a life coach. So many of my questions, which soap character do you think would usually use your service? Okay, let me read this out loud. I know you're a life coach, which I am, certified in 6 areas. So my question is, which soap character do you think could really use your services, and what advice would you give them? Britt Westbourne, General Hospital. That's the one. That was easy for me. That to me, that's the easiest one. Well, yeah, Liza Colby, of course. And when she won, and when Marcy Walker won lead actress in a drama series Santa Barbara, she first thanked all my children. That was classy. I thought that was so classy in her Emmy speech. She goes, before I begin, I want to thank my former job and everyone at All My Children because they taught me how to appreciate my folks at my current job. It's a great speech. And I thought, how classy is that? And kudos to Jamie Luner, who played Liza Colby later. I'm friends with Jennifer Bassey, who plays Marion. And Jennifer Bassey is just the bomb. She's a bomb. You know me, I like to name drop, of course. I like to name drop. Okay. Mel says James is Another World totally underrated. So when I watch classic episodes of Why, yes, I loved Another World. I love the whole Love family and Marley and Vicky, and I loved it. I watched it. I mean, the Frame family, everybody. I mean, I watched it. It was such a good show. Everybody on there was really good. Linda Dano and Steven Schnetzer, and everybody was so good on that show. So Mel, I will agree with you. Another World was that. Yes. Both Marcy and Peter gave credit to one of the first Emmys. There you go. Of course, Candace knows that, of course. I'm sure, of course. Peter Bergman also gave credit to his then manager, Charles Sherman, who I work with today. And so I know Charles Sherman. So shout out to Charles Sherman. I go, Charles, 30 years ago, you were thanked by Peter Bergman. Get a good laugh for that. I know Charles about 7-8 years. But yeah, Another World, totally underrated. Jensen Buchanan, everybody. They're always so good on that show. They were all so good on that show. Yeah, they just it was. And when they brought over Jake over to Another World, made him put him with Molly, he was gold. Tom Eplin, where is he? I mean, he is like soap royalty. I don't know where he is. So I did like that. I did. So I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that statement. I agree. I agree. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. You're friendly with Linda Dano. Linda Dano, remember she was doing, she had a talk show and she was all kind of, she always did all kinds of stuff back then when others weren't doing it. She's a legend too, Miss Emmy winner. Her drunk storyline was good. Chat is asking. Make sure that's thing. So I was adding something to the video. I'll come back to you guys, see what's going on. Give me a sec. I just added some stuff to the video that for later. It won't let me. Oh nope, stay here. I'll read your comments in a second. Once it comes, I'll change the save. Very good. Okay, so let me go back to you guys. See what's going on. Give me a sec. At 17 watching, hit the like button. Hit it. Okay. Ryan told Another Word, both underrated in my opinion. So a couple, Luke and Laura. That's fine. Why do writers try to advance characters but still have to repeat past behaviors? That's the soap trope, girl. We quite have to interview Linda on a soap party. Have you researched how much it would cost? No, I have not researched that. I don't have the money, period, right now. I'm trying to take care of my house at the moment, so here in Los Angeles. So no, I have not. That's a good question, Susan. It's not even about that. It's not even about the starting the SoapNet channel. It is more about the cost of trying to get the rights of all the soaps. That's the cost. A channel itself, I can start a channel anywhere. I mean, and purchase all I need. I mean, it's more that. It's more of getting all the shows and try to figure out how I can get the money to buy them so I can air them. That's what it would be. That's where the costs would be. And if the shows that want to give up their shows, I know some of them wouldn't. Some want to hold on to them for a reason. I think others would, maybe. I don't know. It'd be a huge undertaking, which I don't have the money to do all that yet. I mean, I wish I could. Maybe somebody will die and leave me some money. Say, here, JLJ Media, here you go. But no, I have not researched it, no. Yes, I know the storyline. I just feel like I said, yeah, I just feel like Bold and Beautiful, that's the fashion thing. Wineart's always had perfumes, they were all that kind of stuff, scents, and even some accessories. But I feel like Bold and Beautiful, that's the place for fashion. Why aren't they doing it on there? Yeah, Taylor, she was on Alan Locker's show, The Locker Room, recently. Like literally, Tony JC, go to The Locker Room on YouTube. You'll see her. She's on there. She looks great. Like she was literally on the show recently. So you guys watch. Every once in a blue moon, I'll go on and watch old soap clips. And YouTube is good for that. They're really good. But I don't watch soap clips all the time like that. I don't. But I do go ahead once in a while do that. Okay, see, hi, Shelly Chestnut. You should be my Christmas show. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. You should. I should have a character after you. I'm like Mistletoe Road or something. Shelly Chestnut, if that works. Where do you want the character Sharon to go on Y&R? To Nick. I think her and Nick should reconcile and go from there. Adam is good with Sally. I like them together. I think Sharon should go back with Nick. That's what I think. And just run the show and be a psychologist and run the Crimson Lights. That's what she should do. I think she should do. I'm getting feedback. I have a new episode of Claws the series. Yes, Claws the series, which ended a year ago. We have a new episode out with new clauses today, and people are totally commenting on it and let me know how much they're liking it. So Claws the series, it's Dynasty meets North Pole, out in audio dramas everywhere. And I did. I wrote down Shelly Chestnuts. I like that. Let's see. Do you like Nate, Lily, Devon content lately? Boring. Devon is involved with the baby stuff, and Chance is getting a little weird on that because he's a father to Dominic also. I think the Black folks need a heavier storyline, a better storyline. That's just me. I do. I think we need a better storyline, stronger storyline. I have said this before. Bryton James should be lead actor on the show. They should have allowed him to step into the Kristoff St. John position as head Negro. Let's get down to the brass tacks on the show and center the family around him. Yap Moses, bring back the twins. You can have Amanda, everybody in there, and Nate and all in there, and Lily and all that. I think we need to strengthen that family. They have them part of the Hamilton Winters, all that Chancellor stuff. I just think that we need stronger story. And I really think Devon should be lead. He should be lead. He can do the work. Brian's a friend of mine. Brittany's a friend of mine too, who plays Elena. We've been friends since General Hospital days. They're both really sweet people. No matter what you feel about the characters, they're both very sweet people. They can act when given the choice, when they give a chance. And we know that Michelle Morgan can act. Like that ain't no joke. And we know that Krista Khalil can act. I mean, we know that fine ass Sean Dominic can act. He's another fine one too. Yeah, that'd be great. If Nate has a affair with Imani, I'm for it. I'm just like that's kind of the point. It's like what Mel just wrote there is kind of my point. Let's give them story. Let's have them featured on TV more than once every 2-3 weeks. And I know it has to be rotation. I know that. I mean, I get all that stuff. But I'm very much let's get the Black folks some airtime. Unfortunately, General Hospital, I don't care for that storyline. They're on all the time. I don't care for that storyline, but that's no story. But Brittany's beautiful. She's super sweet. It's funny. We stayed in touch. I met her when she was on General Hospital years ago. She said I was one of her first interviews ever, 6-7 years ago. And we kept in touch. And when she got on Y&R, I reached out to her and said, "Girl, let's talk about everything." And she was like, "Sure." She had no problem whatsoever. We talked to Y&R people, and they were like, "No problem." I said, "I'm friends with her. We're fine." And she and I, we just had the best talk. You can catch that interview. It's really good. But I just think that Bryton James and Krista Khalil should be the head of the Winters family. They should be front and center, major storyline, all kinds of drama. Rampant. Have Devon and Abby have an affair or some shit. They're gonna get close to the baby. I mean, who knows? I mean, like, just give us something. Give us something that's meaty. Oh, I'm doing this meaty. That's all dirty. When should we have a James Lott Jr. Appreciation Day? Is that every day of your lives? Every day. We need something. I love Michelle Stafford, but sometimes I feel like all she does is yell and scream. I just want to GS I'm still watching. Shelly, I have to be very honest with you and very open. Michelle Stafford is one of my closest friends, so I have to be very transparent. I love Michelle. There's some folks who've been talking shit about her online, not saying you, but there's some folks I saw talking shit, and she knows it. And Michelle don't care. She's like, she knows that everybody has a right to feel how they feel. So I can't really comment like that because I love Michelle and I love her acting and everything. So I can't, I've been doing full disclosure, so I can't, yeah, all day, every day. Yes, exactly. I'm like, sweet James Appreciation Day all the time. But I think here's the problem. Here's the thing I think you guys should know is that they're probably telling her to act that way. So it's like she's overacting. I go, no, I think they're telling her to act that way. Michelle can act. We know Michelle can act. Michelle has several Emmys. I've seen her Emmys in her house. She has several Emmys. She can act. They're telling her what, again, this is upper, she's doing her job. That means she's playing, Phyllis is supposed to get on your nerves on some level, I guess. No, I know, Shelly, I know that, but I'm just saying, I have to be transparent. You know that I am friends with her. But I'm saying that I'll make sure I'm transparent. Some people say, well, James, you know you're friends with her. That's why I'm like, no, I'm gonna be transparent. Let's say that. But I think she's supposed to annoy you. That's the point of the character. But there are folks out there like, Gina would be so much better. Gina Tognoni was a good Phyllis. She was. But the OG, and Sandra, what's her name, was a Phyllis too. The OG who originated the role was Michelle Stafford. So I'll always be Michelle Stafford's side. No matter what anybody says. I'll always be on her side. So that's why I'll make sure that you know that. I'm just like, gotta be transparent. You guys are family. I gotta let you know what's going on. But I think you're supposed to be annoyed by Phyllis. You're supposed to be annoyed by. That's the whole point. I think that's what you're supposed to be like. God, Phyllis. Phyllis does things that get on your nerves. It's like Laura Wright on General Hospital. I love Laura Wright's acting. Laura Wright can work. She knows what she's doing. She's great. The character bugs the shit out of me. I'm like, Carly's on every day on General Hospital. It's like, give the bitch a break. Shit. Do I need her on all the time? But the actress is an Emmy-winning, wonderful. She's a good actress. So I get you saying, shut. I get it. I totally get it. But again, I'm not friends with her. But I just want to say, I gotta make sure I tell you I'm friends with her. You know, but that's the whole point. But I think Phil's supposed to get on your nerves. They're also your nerves. Eileen Davidson plays Ashley gets on her sometimes, but she's a great actress. But again, I always tell people a lot of times there are people who are bad actors. We just know that, who overact and chew the scenery. But then there are folks, they're told how there's the directors produce tell them, I want you to act this way in the storyline. So there's times when they're being told what to do. They're being told to act a certain way. But yeah, Connie's on every day. She's on every storyline every day. I mean, every day, every storyline. I get that she has a guarantee and she's going to be on certain time, but I'm like, girl, give her a break. Shit. I know you don't want to see me every day. I'm like, I need to get a break for me too. No, Mel, Laura has been on so much way before Nancy was off. Laura had been on. They just I mean, do you guys really want me? You guys really want me to talk about get into the Laura Wright situation at General Hospital? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm shady, but I'm gonna let that shade go. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do that because I can go to a whole tirade about Laura Wright and the whole thing. And I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Well, Queen Lauren can't be on. I mean, I'm seriously, yeah. I'm going to, yeah. But she's been on a lot. She's number one on the call sheet. Definitely. And and she's been on daytime for 20-some years. I mean, on some level, I totally get it. I'm like, she earned her wings. Again, yeah, I loved her on Guiding Light. She was on Loving in the City before that. I mean, she's earned her spot, right? She's earned her spot. I just think there are other actresses who need their spot also. Oh, the character Laura. Leave the shade on vacation. The shade, Tony JC, the shade will never be fully on vacation. The shade covers me, it envelops me. I'm just trying to be a little less shady on some days. I can't be shady every day, can I? It would be crazy. I could, but it's like that. But the character of Laura, that again, give us more Jeannie Francis. Give us more. I mean, talk about someone who, to me, I could watch read the phone book. I'm like, Jeannie Francis, the bomb. Like she's somebody. They give us more. Again, give us more Elizabeth. Becky Herbst. Give us more people who have been on the show for years, who've been on the show for years. Yes, Deb, balance. Balance. That's all I ask for. It's a large cast. So I mean, let's rotate the fun. But they have black folks on all the time and major storyline. I don't care for the storylines, but they're on. They're totally on. So I give JH credit for that. They're giving. I mean, I wish I cared about Marshall. I wish I did. I wish I cared. I wish I cared. I don't give two shits about Marshall and Curtis Rick. I just don't care. I wish I did. I wish I felt it. I wish I felt it. And it's not for the actors. The actors are doing fine. They're doing their job. I just don't really care. I'm waiting for a Curtis. Well, I'm waiting for a Curtis Selena Wu tie-up. The Portia things will come out. Homegirl brought it up. What's her name? New Jordan brought up Portia. You told me while we were both gassed about who the real father is. And Portia's playing. I can't get into Portia and Curtis because she has this huge lie that she's just sitting on. And I'm like, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't get into it. Any actress named Laura or character named Laura, and she's just wonderful. I haven't watched GA since 2017. Oh, you watched GA since 2017? Oh, wow. Any actress named Laura. That's so funny. Yeah, so it's yes, I would love Christina is a Corinthos. Christina is the most like her dad. She needs to be on. Again, she's also a Cassadine. I love last week when they reminded Samantha that she's a Cassadine. So I'm like, yes, let's have that. She's a Cassadine and a Corinthos. Let's go there. She's a lesbian. Let's go there. Let's do it. For some reason, I saw a picture of Lexi Ainsworth on the side of a mountain meditating, so she's doing good. Yeah, Shelly, that Marshall storyline, I was just like, I just don't care. I'm not over a clarinet. You got beat up. I don't even care. I just don't even care. I don't. But all the actors in the circle are good actors. They're all great actors. Like I said, they're being featured. So I mean, I can only complain so much because they're actually being featured. So there you go. So that's 17 people watching, and only 9 thumbs ups. You guys don't like me, do you? The other, how many? I can't do math. The other 8 people are like, we don't like you, James. We're just watching you to spy on you. You don't give you a like or a thumbs up. They're like, screw you. I'm almost to 3,000 subscribers. I'm almost there. Good. I'm really happy about that. So thank you for that too. If you like When Calls to Heart, I got stuff on there. If you like soap operas, I released a new video today about 2 songs that are related to each other. It's on Have You Heard Me? It's out now. What else I'll say? So I have that today. I have Claws the series. I have the Jordy interview out. Some good stuff here from JLJ Media out there. Tonight I'll be doing the Obi-Wan Kenobi at 8 o'clock. I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it this afternoon. I'm gonna watch that. 2 episodes. Already heard how it opens. I'm like, As soon as I said that, two folks left. Now down to 15 people. Oh no, 16. I'm back up. Okay. They're like, OJ's we're gonna give you a thumbs up. You saw us, you caught us. Now back to 15. You caught us watching you. Oh my God. Right now it's 10:25. I'm doing this intermittent fasting. I'm thinking about food. Like, what can I have for lunch? That's all I'm thinking about. What can I have for lunch? Any more questions? If there are no more questions, I will be leaving the stage. There's your chance. I would just say once in a while. There's your chance. Your chance. Well, about 44 minutes. Wow. I want to give a shout out because this is AAPI Appreciation Month. I got all the letters in there. For the Asian Pacific Islander community, I am part of that community. I posted a picture the other day, but my thumbnail is of my Chinese Japanese family. I was the ring bearer in their ceremony in 1976. You better see that. Yes, Frank and the other guy, which is John Dunphy. Yes, that's fine. We will be on this show. We're gonna do it together. Sometime we're gonna be united. It's been a month. You're not liquid diet. Oh, sorry, girl. I pee enough drinking all this water should I drink. I'm like, I can't imagine being on a liquid diet. So I will sit here and just stare at you. You say, well, where's the camera? Yeah, this way. I sit and stare at you. What does that do? In my eyes. Because that was like it's reflecting off the thing. That's weird. I did a video once here where I just sat here and did this for like a minute and a half. I was like, well, people watch me. They just watched me not doing anything. It's like we'll be getting into Raya part 4 post-wedding interview. Well, Sheree, I'm working on something because so June is Pride Month. That's for the LGBTQIA plus community and their allies. We'll be celebrating. I have Pride stuff happening all month on JLJ Media. Of course, we support all of the alphabet community. And so I'm trying to work on something for June that involves them in Pride. So I'm going to talk to them about. I'm going to be talking to them about that. So Sheree, of course, stay tuned. You know me. So far, I've delivered 3 times. So folks know I'm good at my words. I'm going to work on that if I can. What would you change on GH? Everything. Literally, I would, Daisy Flower. I would start from scratch. I was okay. Let's get back to the core families of the Quartermains, the Cassadines, the Corinthos clan. I would start, and then maybe, and I guess the Black folks. Then the Woos, build that up. That over there. I would want families again, and like do classic soap story families, some Romeo and Juliet stories. People being mixed up. I would love to have just that kind of thing. Smile. So I was like, so that's kind of the gist of that. If you want to interview someone, who do you call first? Okay, that's a good question, Check Just Ranger fan. That's a great question. Okay. So it all depends. Now, for the soaps, for Y&R and Bold and Beautiful, it is if they don't have their own PR person and they're under contract with the show, I have to contact the show's PR. So for Y&R and B&B, I work with their PR people to book them on my show. If they have their own PR or not underneath that, I can go to them directly or to their PR person and ask. I go from there. Usually, I ask them first. I know a lot of these people. I go, hey, let's have you on my show. Sure, talk to so and so. Then, so you have that. So that's one option. I also work because I've been doing this business. I've been in business for 8 years now. This side of the business, I work with over 20 PR firms in Los Angeles and Los Angeles and New York that send me people all the time. I get people almost every day. I get somebody sent to me to be on my podcast. So I have that also. So those are probably the 2 biggest ways. So it's either directly to the person, PR sends to me, or I go to PR, and that's what happens. And usually it's their PR team or marketing team A lot of folks have agents that are separate. They have a thing that does this, that books them work. Then you have a team that does all the PR. That's usually what happens. Tariah Godfather, I like that. I'm a Tariah Godfather. I didn't know I was that. I like that, Cherie. I'll have to remember, I have to write that down. I'm their fairy godfather. Yeah, I love it. So that's a good question. Yeah, so it depends. I've gotten inquiries to some people themselves too. Just said, "James, I'm gonna be on your show." I might be out and about sometimes at a mixer. I'm like, "You should come on my show." And they did. I met somebody at a mixer the other night who sent me a bunch of his people. I'm gonna book them on the show. So yeah, it depends. What do you think? Bye, Mel. Have a good weekend. What do you think of Grey's non-binary story? I don't watch Grey's Anatomy, so which I know is a soap opera. They don't call it soap opera, but I know it is. I know what the 400th episode or 4,000 episodes coming on or something, or it came on. It's like a season finale last night or whatever. I don't watch the show, so I don't know. I don't watch it. ADH. What's Grey's? I never watched Grey's. That was never anything I watched. I'm just seeing. Oh my God, my cast of 6 was on Les Seth Meyers. I gotta make sure I watch that later. I know Godfather James. I had no idea it was Godfather. I just let them know they've called me the Godfather of Tariah. Oh my God, that is hilarious. But I am working on. I have an idea for something with them. It's gonna be short and sweet, but it's something I think you guys will enjoy. We enjoy. So, yes. So I'm working on that. I'm working on that. I'm always, even though my time off, I'm always working on something. But Pride is something very important. I've been mapping out Pride shows. I have some shows that will be tackling subjects of those communities, and will be happening throughout the whole Pride stuff, dad stuff, because Father's Day is next month. I'm a father, a grandfather. That's next month, so I'll be tackling that stuff. Are you fine, Tonga? Yes, I am. I am. I was on my garden this morning. I've been posting pictures. So I don't know if you catch them. I'm posting pictures of my stories. My yellow. Yesterday was my yellow roses. My amaryllis is opening up. So I posted those yesterday. And my grape bush. I did a video on my grape bush. I posted that yesterday too. So if you're not following me on James Jr. anywhere, you're missing out. Because my guy, because you can't see because of the light, but my whole window is covered in grapevines. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So I thought my grape bush was dead. I thought I cut it all back and I thought it was dead. There was a little sliver. It came back. It came back. So I was like, okay, kids. So whoever's on liquid diet, how you doing on liquid diet? How you doing? You want to kill people yet? What's going on? Are you upset? Are you like moody? What's going on? I don't like to do moody. I don't like just all liquid. I gotta have some substance in there. Here we go. I can't do it. But yes, I'm in my garden. But see, my garden, I can't do a lot of watering. We're in LA. We're in California. We're on restriction because we are. Thank you. We're on a drought. We're in a drought again. We came out of it. Now we're back in it. I'm pissed. We are in a drought. I plan on spending time in my garden this weekend. I can't grow any grass right now. I can't water. Can't sprinkler anything. I have to water once a week. I have a couple of plants I cheat and do twice, but not that many. But I can only do once a week. They're like actually enforcing it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's my duster. Dusty. I feel dusty. All dust everywhere. I plan on being real. I plan on relaxing this weekend. I do. I am moody. I'm not just Sunday. Anyway, damn girl, I don't tell you, girl. That's gonna be some rough shit. Rough. Woo. God bless you. If there's some results you want, then I am behind you 1,000%. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I'm behind you 1,000%. Taking it one day at a time, sweet Jesus. Woo! Girl, I'm sure it is hard. I really don't know how you're doing it. That's you can do it. If this is something you want to do, you can do it. You can work it out. I know, right? See, the problem for me is I had my coffee, I had my water, took my pills. I'm good to go for a while. But the first part of the morning, I'm fine. It's around now at 10:36, it's like 11 something. I start feeling hungry. And I'm like, okay, James. It's getting better and better because I've been doing it for a while now. It's getting better and better. But it's like, James, you haven't eaten since 8 o'clock yesterday, or 9 o'clock last night. So like now I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. But I'm waiting till 12. I eat at 12 is when I eat. So I'm going to order something I'm going to order something to be delivered because I don't feel like cooking. I'm just lazy today. So about round 11:30, I'll do something. That's so funny. You're like, I'm taking it one day at a time, girl. I understand. So then 20s, I'm just speaking of a mushy diet. I want a rib, but I'm gonna. You want a rib? Just a rib, girl. Just want a rib. Do you prefer a show to write a true LGBTQIA plus story instead of one to show diversity? That's a very interesting question. It can be answered so many different ways. So this is how I'm interpreting. This is how I'll answer it. Good question. That's how I'll answer it. There are so many LGBTQIA plus stories out there that are not being told. I am writing one right now where I have one of the leads is an indigenous Native American gay person. So I'm trying to tell their stories not told at all. So I'm writing that right now. And the actor who's playing him is a queer Native American actor. He's in the email, and so he'll be in this special episode of Fairview Heights I'm writing. I just think that it's the word true, I guess, depends on what your interpretation is. So that's why I'm saying there's a lot of stories that should be told. And I think we're telling some, but there are others that need to be told. And I think in some cases for network, not on streaming so much, but for network, you can only tell one at a time sometimes. They don't like more than one. Days, of course, is doing all kinds of stuff on that show, which is funny. Joe also almost did that for a while. But I just know that it's tough because, they're doing Queer as Folk coming back to tell a certain type of story. But there are shows out there and series on other things that are somewhat diverse. For me, of course, I'm looking. You want to see a story that reflects you, of course. When things came out, it was all the coming out stories. Then it was the AIDS stories. There was all that stuff. There was the gay bashing stories. Now we got to go past all that because things are just not that way as much as they used to be anymore. There's some places that are like that, but for the most part, now we have just gays living their lives. We should tell those stories. Are there gay? I'm looking for gays who are my age or older, tell their stories. People of color that are gay, or trans, or bi, or lesbian, or something. The L Word had their whole thing. So it's just one of those things where it's like I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that part of the question, but I just think that there are a lot of stories that are not being told that need to be told, and however that manifests in terms of shows that are on now or new shows being built or whatever, I think we need more representation. We just do. We just do more. Gay Arab, Middle Eastern. We need more. And I don't mean just on reality TV. I mean like in scripted television shows, whether they're comedies or dramas. We need more. But there've been some great attempts for diversity here and there. So I don't want to discount that, but we need more. We need more. And I think every queer person in that alphabet wants to see something that reflects them. So I think that's as more people queer people of those different cultures start making product, I think we will start seeing more of it. We can't always rely on the old guard to go, let's do this. It's going to take a person who thinks outside the box, who's maybe gay Asian or gay this, and say, okay, I want to do a show. So yes. But we have some examples on TV, not a lot, not enough, but we need more. So as I kind of, I hope that answers the question, kind of. I know what you're kind of saying, but I don't know if I prefer if the word prefer. It just give me a story. If it's good, if it's one good story, I'll take it. If it's 10 good stories, I'll take it. If there's no stories, then I don't want to take it. If that makes any sense. Good question. Good question. I'll do another 10 minutes or so. Because that'll be an hour by now. So any last questions I will answer. One where a character is LGBTQI plus, not a character who has a long history of being straight when something comes out. Okay. So yes, more of the story. Okay, so yes, more stories where being gay is just a regular thing for the character. Yes, that'd be good. Yeah, I would love that. Right. They did. There are a lot of these stories where all of a sudden they do it on Dynasty too, where suddenly she's a lesbian. Okay, got it. But no, I know what you mean. Yes. Okay, somebody where there's more characters where they're just gay. That's happening more and more. It's gonna happen more and more. Where they're just gay, or they're just lesbian, or just this, that, third. Bye, Sheree. Thank you. Have a good weekend too. I like the flags. So yeah, as you're saying, no, they said no. They said I think I know what you're getting at. I just don't have a preference. A gay story is a gay story, but I think yes, it'd be nice to have more people who just be gay on TV. That's always a good thing. Always. Like I'm just talking. All I do is talk. Talk. My love is for real. I'm getting responses to my interviews. Oh, you guys, I'm seeing this right now. Tanner Novlin, who plays Finn, will be on Bold Live Friday the 3rd next week. That's interesting. Interessante. Okay. If you had interest music that would be played, we understand what we were song. I wrote it. I wrote it already. It's called I Am Ready by James Lott Jr. and Palms. I wrote it 6 years ago. Released it 6 years ago when I first started my music career. And you can go anywhere and find it. You can go any streaming platform, listen to it. It's called I Am Ready by James Lott Jr. and Palms. Palms with a Z. That's my interest music. I wrote it already. I already wrote it. It's my interest music. I have a couple other songs throughout the years. I have one called JLJ. I have one called James Lott Jr. They're fun. But but that song I Am Ready is my entrance song. Everybody, when they heard it, it was a hit for me. People were like, James, this is what you literally. Oh my God. Enough is funny. So I made a gif of me. I can't save it. Shit. I wish I could save it. But that's my interest song. Hi, Films 555. I'm about to go off Films. You're on late. I've been on for an hour. But yeah, it's called I Am Ready by James Lott Jr. I wrote it. If you hear it, you'll be like, oh my goodness. That's funny. I know. Michael and Chase, they had a lot of chemistry. Say that again. They did. But Chase, Josh Swicker could be with anybody. He could be next to a goat. And I'd be like, okay, he's hot. He's hot stuff. Baby this evening. He is. There's no denying. I did. I saw that. That was funny. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Let's see. That's Roberts. Like entrance music. Like I'm a wrestler. So entrance music. Love it. I love it. I loved your interview with Jordy. Thank you. I want you to ask him if he's getting job offers. That's a good question, I guess. But I don't think. I mean, if he is, he can't say it. Chances are he couldn't say anything anyway. He's newly out. A lot of times they can't talk about their stuff. A lot of times, I usually ask them beforehand. Is there anything I can answer? Do you have any projects coming up you want to promote? And they'll say, yeah, no, whatever. And they'll go, I can't mention it. I'm like, dang it. Yeah, mention your project. Can't mention it. I'm trying to pack for my trip next week too. This is my, oh my God. What did they give you? I'm like, is this a dress? It's Grogu. But it's actually a dish towel. Like it's the weirdest thing. I have no what to do. I don't know what to do that yet. I haven't decided what to do with that yet. So I don't know. You want me. All right, kids. I think I'm gonna go off soon. I think it's time for me to take care of some business, some beeswax. I may come out later for daytime today. I might. It all depends on my day, how it goes. We'll see. I've been off for an hour. This is good. I guess it's good. Been good. Justin Dees. Oh my God. I would love to. Where is he? I don't know where he is. If you can find him, that'd be great. I would love to interview him. I don't know where he is. I have no idea where he is. I would love to interview him. Oh, you didn't like what's his name's thing? So my kids, my 8-year anniversary, 7-year anniversary show is coming up for my show, the Super Organizer show. I am let me pick a date. We did. That is coming up on May 6th, June 6th. I'm gonna do an open show for that. So normally I have big guests on that show. I do this whole big extravaganza. I'm thinking that I'm going to do like this open thing for you guys that night. It'll be at 7 p.m. on June 6th. I have a whole show planned, and I'm going to do it that way. So that'll be live for the Super Organizer show with James Lott Jr. So that'll be coming up. My big shows were the Drunk Store shows, Texas. I looked at this year. I was like, they were big shows. Ingo Rademacher. He hasn't got back to me. He hasn't. Life's gone on. He doesn't want to talk to me. So that's how it works. He's moved on. He's moved on to something else. This over here. All this stuff. I'm on reduced work schedule. I'm still busy. I don't know how that works. How that's possible. I'm trying to pack for my trip next week too. I got that going over here. I got that over here too. That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. This will be on replay if you missed it. If you didn't miss, you want to see the earlier stuff. Of course, JLJ this morning is everywhere. An open show meeting. I'll probably just it'll be kind of loose. I'll have some structure. Someone may come in mid-show and I'll talk to them about the show. Maybe a past guest may come on. The fans ask questions about organizing products and stuff. It's kind of open. It's kind of like this kind of this. Anyway, everybody take care of yourselves. Follow JLJ this morning, of course, on all social media platforms and everything. And have a good Friday. And I said I might be on later. We'll see.